Hey everybody out there in that land, it's your man Thomas. I'm shooting this live. I haven't done one in quite some time. And I was just thinking about people, about myself, about a lot of things actually. Um, there are those people out there that um, they wait for stuff to happen. There's still other people make things happen. And then there's still other people that wonder what happened. Like, this life, you only get one. You only get one life. So, and you gotta live it to the best of your ability, live it to the fullest. And the reason why I say that is because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So therefore, you prepare to the best of your ability for the future. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I don't know about you, but I do know about me. For a long time, I've struggled with different jobs and trying to make a living, and I've always, somewhere in my spirit and in my mind, have wondered if there was a better way. And so I've lived with that feeling for so long, to the point where a couple years back, man, I felt like I had to do something. I felt like I had to try. I had to try to expand my mind, so to speak. Your mind is like an umbrella, and as long as it's closed, you can't get nothing in. But when you open that umbrella, then all of a sudden all kinds of ideas and possibilities come your way, because you're open-minded to what may actually be something new for you, something great. So I'm gonna go into my story about how, I'm gonna go into my story about how all of these thoughts start to come into fruition. Like, why I thought I could do something better. As you guys know, my wife and I, we got married like 2 years ago. We just celebrated our second anniversary, and everything is new and everything is wonderful. And I believe that she is truly the one that God has wanted me to be with, and I thank Him for that. I don't. Now it's like, now that I feel that way and I know that to be true, all of these thoughts that I had in the past, and thinking of what I can do to better our situation, as opposed to me just working a 9 to 5 and working for corporate America, basically in the labor sector, driving forklifts and loaders and all of that kind of stuff, is how could I do something so that we can experience a new type of lifestyle. I'm also gonna be real with you. I'm gonna show you something. You see that moped right there? That's what I drive to work every day. I bought this brand new about, I don't say 6 or 8 months ago, because what I've started realizing is that broke people, and that was me, and that has been me for a long time, we create and acquire debt. We don't see the potential of purchasing assets as a way to really enjoy life. Rich people, they buy assets, they don't buy debt. So that's the reason why I'm driving a moped to work. This will be the 4th winter in a row that I will brave the elements, because I know that something bigger is coming. right? That's my wife's car behind. We got one car, so that's all we need right now. I don't need to go out and purchase a vehicle and try to pay for it and struggle like hell trying to make payments on a brand new car just because I can. I think the better alternative is to learn how to use money to allow my money to work for me, right? So if I could do that, create a way for my money to start working for me, um, wow, that's the best thing ever. Because now I'm not only the only one out here busting my hump, I'm allowing my money to work for me. 24/7, 365, it never stops. It always works for me, right? So, I mean, now that's a real piece of my story, man. I was willing to buy a moped to get back and forth to work because my wife has a job and I have a job and she can't always take me to work, and I was, it was a problem. So I said, well, I'm gonna buy a vehicle. And she said, what you gonna get? I said, a moped. She said, what? Anyway, I already had a moped before this one, and it was like a hoopty type style. That's a Honda Ruckus, so that's much better. It's well put together bike. I don't have to worry about it breaking down on me, leaving me on the side of the road. I've been through that too, with this other moped I had, but I went ahead and got a moped, man. Then buy a car. Now I'm looking at where I come from as far as my thinking, as far as why I started doing things online, why I started being willing and not afraid of the camera so much, to be able to tell my story, because it goes real deep, and there'll be pieces of my story that I will put out there, because I'm not afraid of where I come from. I just was watching a video of a gentleman that's online. He just bought a brand new BMW, brand new, like he spent 17 Bitcoin on this vehicle, right? And he'll make that money back by Christmas, and it'll be like the BMW was free. I'll put a link in the description of in the comment section of this video, so y'all can check him out. He's out of Greensboro, which is like 10 minutes from my house. He's going to the Aggie Pride, homecoming deal, right? So he's right there in Greensboro. And I'm like, these people are out here that we don't know about, that are making successes online using Bitcoin. And because people are so afraid of what in the heck is Bitcoin and what does it mean and how do I use it, the thing is that you just got to be willing to expand your mind. You got to be willing to learn, teach yourself. I'm self-taught. I didn't know a damn thing about computers when they first came out, but I made it my business to get involved with the internet. The internet was like another boom that I missed. Like if people had known about the internet and how to make money online and how to be a part of that whole boom thing that was going on, people were more afraid of what the internet was going to bring as opposed to what the benefits to it would be, right? So a lot of people missed out on that. I was one of them. I'm gonna tell you, I was when I finally started making a little bit of change online. It was through the RevShare platform boom craze. Like everybody was joining these revenue sharing platforms, and we were making a little bit of money here and there, and it was going good, going well for a while. And then people started hacking the Bitcoin, and let me back up. People started hacking into those programs, but then people that were actually creating these websites and these platforms were actually, half of them were crooked. But you don't know. When you don't know, you don't know. You don't know what you know until you figure it out and find out later on, oh, snap, these people are crooks. So, but did that stop me? No. I made a few $100s during that process. And a family member of mine made like some thousands in that process. But then when everything was said and done, we lost it all. So You know, that's how the cookie crumbles pretty much. Now, um, but by way of being on those revenue sharing platforms, I actually stumbled across what Bitcoin was and what it meant, and I started researching Bitcoin, and I wanted to know more about Bitcoin and how uh, Bitcoin could be like the revolution to, you know, our currency. Our fiat currency, you know, the dollar bill. All right, everybody knows about that. Everybody's lived on that forever. But now a whole new economy is emerging as a result of people like me, but way farther along than me, are willing to do the research to figure out what is this thing that they're talking about. Um, Bitcoin. What does it mean? And like I said in the beginning, and I titled this video, you know, some people wait for things to happen. Some people make things happen, and other people wonder what the hell happened. I'm not wanting and willing to be that person that say, what happened? Again, because I've been through that. So now, you know, I was in kind of intrigued by Bitcoin. Like, I didn't know what the heck Bitcoin really was. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what it could do for me. Now, today, what's the day? October the 7th. Bitcoin is worth 4,300 and some dollars plus. Are you serious? So, where did that come from? I don't know. Back in 2009, Bitcoin was worth pennies, right? But it continued to build. Now, it's challenging our banking industry as we know it. You put money in the bank, you sit on that money, you hope to God that that money will bring you interest. And as you sit and wait and wait and wait, years go by, and you got, say, $10,000 in the bank in a savings account in a hedge fund or whatever the case may be, and you make like $20 a month or $20 a week on that, and you think, I'm doing something. Well, just realize that compounded interest was always created for the banks to profit, not for the people to profit. So I'm putting all of these things on my Facebook wall, and I'm showing people that, you know, now the banking industry has a real threat. Of course, they're going to try to stop it as much as they can. But now this thing, the voices have gotten so loud about Bitcoin that there's no turning back. There's no turning back now. Bitcoin just can't be shut up, something that the government can just shut down. But what you need to really know about Bitcoin is that it's decentralized. No government controls Bitcoin. You got me? No government controls Bitcoin. This is an infrastructure that will allow even poor countries to come up. Because no longer do you need a middleman to purchase a product or to send people money. Try to send $10,000 to Europe, to someone that you know in Europe, and see how much it's going to cost you just to send it. See, that's the thing. People don't get. People are not really opening up their minds to the point where I hear about Bitcoin. I really don't give a shit about Bitcoin because Bitcoin ain't never done nothing for me. But that's because you ain't never done something for yourself. Like, be aware of your surroundings, not just in your space, like where I stay at, in these apartments. Not just your damn space, but open your mind up to the possibilities of doing something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like, open up your mind to the possibilities of having a new type of future. Because if you think that retiring from your job is your future, and you think that's going to be enough, you'll be just like me, seeing the people in Walmart, the old people sitting there greeting. You'll be a greeter in Walmart wondering what the hell happened. Do not allow yourself to be caught up in that. At least start looking on YouTube and look at Bitcoin videos and do research and start searching. When I put links out, at least go check them out and say, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? And then do research on those videos. Look at other videos. If you got to do it like once a day, just go and edify your mind. Like, build your intellect. Understand what this is and what the possibilities of it is, because you don't know. So when you don't know, you don't know. But when you start saying, I'm ready to jump out there, I'm ready to get out there and figure out what's going on, what's happening in my backyard, what the hell is really going on. But if you sit there and continue to say, you know what, it's not for me, I don't know nothing about this, I don't know what to do with this, 5 years from now, you're going to watch me come up. You're going to watch my wife and I come up. You're going to watch us travel the world. And you're going to say, well, damn, how did they do that? And it's going to be the same answer. I was willing to open my mind up. I was willing to seek it. I was willing to be taught. I was willing to teach myself. I was not willing any longer to sit on my ass and talk about, how bad the country is and all of these storms and all of these people are struggling. Well, you know what? If I had 20 Bitcoin, remember I told you that $4,300 and something dollars, I might have been able to send some damn money to help Puerto Rico, right? But no, all we could do was post bull crap on Facebook talking about how bad it is. But we're not doing nothing to help because we're not in a position to do anything to help. If you're the average Joe like I am, and you got a freaking job, and you got bills, and bills never stop coming, lose your job, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Bills don't stop coming. They don't give a damn about your job or how you getting the income. But from now on, I don't want my income to be speculative. In other words, I don't want to be saying, well, what I make is this amount of money, and because I make this amount of money, I should be good to be able to pay my light bill, pay my car payment, to go out to the movies every now and then and eat dinner or whatever the case may be. No, I want to be on a whole nother level. I want to be on a whole nother level to where, okay, my family is struggling in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they need some help. There was a guy that sent me a message on Facebook, Prophet, whatever his name was, and he said he needed a handout or whatever, and I couldn't do anything for him. You know why? Because everything I got is tied up in bills. So here's how I do it. I opened up my mind the first thing, and then I was willing to take whatever, $20, $30, $40, $50 and invest in Bitcoin. I stumbled across, because I continued to do research, I stumbled across a few platforms that actually were legit. Right? So now those platforms that are legit, which I did the research, I found out about the owners. I see the owners online just about every day, at least 3-4 times a week. They're talking about pushing forward. They're talking about doing miraculous things. I put a video on my wall. Check it out. These guys is not playing. USI-TECH is one of those companies that is emerging to help people like you and me, the broke people. All right, let's just be real. We broke. If you got money and all you're doing is putting it in the bank and like sitting on it like it's a golden egg waiting for it to hatch babies, you're going to stay broke. I don't want to be broke anymore. So like money's not everything, right? But it damn sure can help a lot of people, and it can help yourself. I want to get to a place where I can help my family when they need me, and I don't have to be there. And I don't have to worry about, like, if I need to send like $10,000 somewhere that, it's a problem for how they get the money and how much it's going to cost me just to send it. Like Western Union, they charge you an arm and a leg just to send some money, right? They came up with all these middlemen so people can make money off of you sending money to people. What? Bitcoin is different. Remember the story about the bike. Don't forget that. This is where you see me at now. But you just wait. You just wait. That is not going to be the end of my story. This is the beginning of my story. This is me on a moped riding back and forth to work because I want to save every other penny, any extra change that I have, and I'm invested into these platforms that I know that are legit, that can actually build me an income. While I'm working, I'm also allowing my money to create, to grow for me. I'm not relying on the banks anymore. The hell with the banks. They don't give a damn about me, and I don't give a damn about them. They just use my money to whatever benefit that they want to use, and they make millions and billions of dollars off of the money that we have sitting in banks. That's why the credit card came out, so they could hit you in the head with all this interest. That's why all of these different pay systems are all about charging you for convenience, right? There is actually a Bitcoin ATM machine in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hell, Google it. If you're in this area, you're in the triad, Google it and go find it and see what the hell I'm talking about. You can sit back and rest on your laurels and think, this is not really happening. Or you can get up off your ass, mine included, and do something different. Okay, so like this is like one of them. I'm coming from a real place. I'm coming from a place of letting people know that, now is the time. You can't sit back. Can't sit back and let time just go by you and just be grateful and satisfied that you have a job, because a job can be here today and gone tomorrow. I even went through that recently, 4 months ago, unemployed. You know what I mean? You think I stopped what I was doing online as a result of me not having to? No, I just got another job. That's a dime a dozen. You could do that. But what do you do if jobs start drying up again? If the economy tanks again, what do you do then? What do you do then? You don't have no other source of income but your damn job. I'm just saying, man, you got to really look into this stuff. You got to really open your mind. And I mean, I know that I'm coming, from a place where, I'm just sick and tired of our society and how everything is now. The government screws us over on a regular basis. The reason why Facebook is so popular? Because you can be opinionated about whatever you need to be, whatever you want to put out there. Now, mind you, you got to be careful of some of the stuff you say, because Big Brother's always watching. But this is a capitalistic country that we live in. But why is it always only the 3% that get ahead, and the other 97% stay broke? Yeah, there's not going to be a middleman anymore. There's not going to be a rich and middle class. There's going to be rich and poor. That's it. That's all. That's what it's coming to. And the poor people are the people that work our asses off with blue collar, some white collar that got caught up in the mix, because companies don't have to pay you what you're worth. They just pay you what they want to pay you, and what you're going to do. You're going to take it. You're going to take it because you got to eat, right? So, I mean, all right, I think I'm getting ready to end here because I'm getting emotionally involved in this live. But I'm going to start doing them like every couple days. I'm going to just do live. I'm going to just try to open up people's mind like with a can opener. But they say in the rooms that you cannot graft a new idea on a closed mind. You can research that too, and then you'll know where it's coming from. And if that be the case, then there will always be enough broke people in the world to be able to struggle. And like, we are the people that get hit the hardest in taxes. Rich people don't pay taxes right. I'm enough said on that. Rich people don't pay taxes like that. But the working class, we get crushed with taxes. That's why you don't move ahead like you would like to. Oh yeah, you go get a house. You go get in debt because we're broke. So that's what broke people do. We acquire debt. We don't go. It's not like we go and buy a property and say like, yeah, so how much is this? Well, this is a $50,000 house with a half acre, and we just pay for it. We don't do that. We get locked up in a 30-year mortgage and struggle for the rest of our lives to pay for it. That's got to stop, guys. That's got to end. As I told you before, I'm just done. I'm just done with settling. Just done with the society at large, and I know that if I don't do anything, I'm gonna be trapped. I'm gonna be caught up, and I won't move forward because I'll always be surrounded by bills and making payments on bills, and I'll never get ahead. Just remember that I shot this video and I got real honest. Just remember that when you see me next year this time, that is going to be a totally different video. Just remember that. So this is the first video in a long line of videos to come where I'm going to show you how I'm actually moving forward, how I'm actually doing what people are afraid to do. Fear keeps you paralyzed. If you allow fear to run rampant in your life, you'll never have anything, and you'll never be able to. You can't call on God, and God ain't going to be the one that's just going to let money fall out of the sky. You have to be willing to put your ass in the vice, so to speak, and be willing to do what other people are not willing to do. As I said in the beginning, some people wait for things to happen. Other people make things happen. And some people wonder what the hell happened. Which one are you? Bugs. You know? Which one are you? I know who I am. Do you know who you are? If you do, say, yeah, I know who I am. So, when somebody offers you a program that has been proven, you might want to take a look at it. Don't do it because I said. Go ahead and do your research. As I said before, it's well worth the while for you to take 10 minutes out of your TV time, 30 minutes out of your whatever time, your leisure time, your beer drinking time, whatever the time is, to dive into expanding your mind. Anyway, once again, Bitcoin is decentralized. The government don't control it. They don't run it. We run it. And that's everybody that's involved. We run it. For the first time in man's entire history, there's been a way that's proven millionaires are being created like weekly. I'm not BSing you guys. So there's that. I'm going to be at least maybe not a millionaire, but I'm definitely going to be more well off than I am today, because I'm not going to rely on my job to take care of my family. So there you have it. The first video in a long line of videos to come. So, always imparting, I want to wish you love, peace, and freedom, because that's where I'm headed, and I hope that you are too. Thanks, and bye for now.